And we are clear. This is the Log Off the Internet podcast. This is my podcast where I talk about journalism on the internet. I talk about problems that the internet is currently facing and general drama, things of that note. This is my first podcast, and it'll probably be my only one. And the reason why I'm recording this is because I currently have a concussion right now, and I am sitting in a dark room, and I wanted to write something for this week, so I decided to record instead. Now, this could be if I like doing it, and it's kind of fun so far. I've already uploaded one recording, but I figured I might as well try again in a more professional sounding way. I have this Yeti microphone I got a couple of years ago, and I put it on a stand, so maybe it'll be less ASMR. So hopefully you guys can hear me better now. To the three people listening to this, it's probably just going to be, I know who you are, and thank you for listening to this. Shout out to the real ones. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things that have been bothering me. And it's a general trend I see everywhere on conservative social media. It's everywhere. And it's clips from this show called the Whatever Podcast. Now, the whole gist of the Whatever Podcast, to me, is that they just get these dumb OnlyFans girls onto their show and then dunk on them. There's no real insightful conversation. They're just here. Let me do it with the show for you. I think you should cheat on your man. Well, actually, you shouldn't cheat on your man because that's wrong. Whole episode, million views. God, I feel fucking stupid for not being in the right grift. The whole purpose of it is just advertising. And it's not just advertising for the Whatever Podcast, because they're walking away with thousands of dollars. They're walking away. Per clip, they're probably making, I would suspect, probably north of like 5K per, like, even on a low day for a viral TikTok video. Now the real winners isn't the conservatives who feel the need to analyze them or talk about these dumb OnlyFans girls. The real winners are the OnlyFans girls. You know why? Is because when you share their clip on social media, you talk about them, you say, oh, this is how the West is falling. You know who are the real winners here? It's not you. It's not you dunking on them. You're not intelligent. You're not smart. You have nothing insightful to say. It is the OnlyFans girls. It is the OnlyFans girls who are going to walk away with more viewers. You are giving them more eyes. You are giving them more support than they. And if you hate them that much, then you are doing the exact opposite of what you should be doing. If you hate the porn industry as much as I do, and I hate it. I think it is one of the worst scars in America right now. If you hate it as much as I do, that is not the way to go about it. Now, in the article I was going to write for this week, I compared them to. I compared them to. Sorry if I talk a little slow. I have a concussion. Remember that. If you compare them to artists. Now, most artists now, there's thousands of artists, there's billions of people in America. We need a plague, yada, yada, yada. Artists just need attention. They don't need good attention, they don't need bad attention, they just need attention. It doesn't matter where it comes from. So artists will do very embarrassing publicity stunts to get traction on their work. Like, that's why you see artists like taping bananas to the wall. Because the taping, the whole, I can't remember what the name of it was. It was something dumb. It was like capitalism under, I don't know. The whole purpose of it was to pay attention to their other artworks and make them more money, get more sellers, and then sell it to high bidders. Probably also money laundering too. OnlyFans girls are the exact same. They are just art. They're artists, if you want to call them that. They are women who need, and men. There's also these whatever girls. They just need attention on them. They just need eyes on them, and it doesn't matter where it comes from. It doesn't matter how dumb or stupid they sound. Because I guarantee you psychoanalyzing them and talking about them and signal boosting them, you're the one that comes off dumber. So why talk about this? Why do I feel the need to talk about this? Quite frankly, I'm just fucking sick of seeing it everywhere. I want better I want better conservative content. Like, I don't know how else to say it. I want better conservative content. Like, uh, sorry, I'm getting a bunch of notifications on my computer. This is my fourth recording, so I don't know how much better it is going to be to my last recording. Probably no one saw my last recording, so. But these are just the notes I wanted to say. This is just the rant I wanted to talk about for this week. The whole design of conservative content now is, it's more in the intellectual sphere, I've noticed. It's more trying to, it's more about analysis and critique, and you see a lot of this actually in university settings. You see a lot of, like, if you look at any journals, a lot of them are about critiques or on topics that don't really matter that much, but it's a way of furthering their, it's a way of furthering their other opinions. Now, the opinion being shared here is typically just, oh, dumb girl says something dumb, therefore West has fallen. And the whole purpose, and there, it's one side of it. The other side, I think, is a little bit more malicious, and it's the whole red pill YouTube alpha male sphere. I don't know the exact name for it, but I'm just going to call it the red pill. The whole red pill sphere is actually not a cure to this. As much as I hate to say it, it is a antithesis to the thesis of it, and trying to get men to, I mean, I don't think a lot of them want to promote hating women. I don't think a lot of them state that as in their goal, but there are very dumb people on the internet. So this isn't necessarily for them. It's for people who are like me and listen to who watch conservative content and discuss it. The antithesis to this is, oh, women should be in homes, they should be working in kitchens away from the outside. And that may be a solution. It's not the solution. It's not the cure to it. What it does is it promotes, there's a level of antagonism still towards femininity, towards the idea of women. And what that does is that antagonism mixed with the thesis of porn addiction, because most people now have porn addictions. I think it's 70% of the generation has porn addiction, is it just creates misogyny. Now, misogyny doesn't actually solve anything, despite what these Rumble or Twitch streamers or YouTube red pillars may say. It actually doesn't solve anything. And it's going to create problems in the future where you have these horny misogynists running around. Now, who are horny misogynists? They're serial killers. There's no other word for it. If they are people who have that much disregard but still have a need for a woman's attention and they don't get it, we're going to see, and that's something that's going to be across our culture. We're going to see shit like the Night Stalker. We're going to see Ted Bundy's. We're going to see all these people who are just, we're going to see all these people that, like, all those 90s and 80s serial killers, that shit is coming back in full force. There is no other way around it. It is going to, and we're going to see fucking Golden State Killers. We're going to see all these people just walking the streets again. And we're not going to have a solution to it. Every ounce of prevention we take now for it is definitely worth the pound of cure we're going to need for it. And don't get me started on the whole people on these people who are like it. I won't mention it here, but don't get me the real prevention to it, the real understanding to it, is actually not through analysis and critique. Now, I should clarify. I think I've made this clear on my writings before, but I am a Christian man. I am a Catholic man. And I think I don't think there's anything wrong with discussion with prostitutes, so long as you bring them to Jesus Christ. And we don't have that. We have that still nihilistic hatred we see in our culture, except it's under the blanket of conservatism. It's under the blanket of traditionalism or red pill or whatever you want to call it, but there's no God in it. It is just as bad as the secular atheists who want everyone addicted to porn in their house and a totalitarian government. It is just as bad. It has just as much of a knock-on effect as this is. So, if we wanted to get into Hegelian dialectics, we would say the red pill people are the antithesis to the thesis that is secular atheism. Or I guess you can also call it secular liberalism. But the real solution to it, if you don't want to see the synthesis coming into fruition, the real solution to it is bringing these people towards Jesus Christ. I know that sounds like a lazy solution, but it's really the only one that works. And even if the situation seems hopeless right now, there have been thousands of years, thousands of martyrs who did not give up, who did not think the situation was hopeless. And we are living in probably the easiest time to be any religion. But it's probably harder now to act in that religion. Because we're surrounded by temptation, we're surrounded by these dragons that can really snatch us up at any moment. But if you want a real solution to it, for you personally, I'm talking to you, the real solution is prayer. It is prayer and study. And to have a sense of optimism about you. Because things might seem bad, and I know I talk about how bad things are. I write a lot about the death of the internet, how shitty internet culture is now, how horrible the world may be, but I am not actually that nihilistic. I don't think I can be. And the reason why I can't be is because if I am, then I simply would not be writing. I would simply not be acting in any way. I wouldn't be talking right now unless I believed that there was some hope in the situation. And if I can reach to at least a couple people, give them that sense of hope, that it is not a hopeless situation, that there is still things to be done, that there are things that you can do personally out there right now in your life, then there's always a chance. And it doesn't matter how hopeless it seems. It doesn't matter how down in the valley you are or how deep in the pits you may feel. There's still always hope. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say for my podcast. I don't know how often I'll do this. If I like it and if I like doing it. I did have fun recording. I'm only at 15 minutes now. My last one was like 23 minutes, but I'm going to be taking that one down after this one goes up. If I like this, then I'll keep doing it. If I don't like this, then I just simply won't do it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's... So, yeah. I don't have a set schedule yet. I'm going to try to do at least once a week for now. Unless there's something else I wanted to talk about. I don't want to be a daily streamer. God, I hate those people so much. That's another talk for another day. But my next talk, the next post I'll make next week when I'm all better, is probably going to be on America First and Milo Yiannopoulos, because those are two figures. Well, I'm still trying to decide Milo Yiannopoulos first or America First. America First. The reason why I'm having struggles trying to decide is because you can't really talk about one without the other. I think with my now both of these situations are actually kind of near to me. Not, I wouldn't say near and dear, but they are something I have watched all throughout pretty much my adult life, like come and go into fruition. So if I decide to do that through audio format, then I'll do it through audio format. But if I want to do this again, if I listen to this and I don't sound like a complete fucking retard, then I'll do it through audio. All right. And as always, the best advice you could receive: log off the internet.